G'day everybody and welcome to The Local, where we focus on local footy, not the big stuff, the local footy, the community footy, where everyone gets a chance to be a part of a brilliant G'day everybody and welcome to The Local, the place where we focus on local footy across the nation. Everyone's doing the AFL podcast, but this is about local footy all across the nation. We love it. It's all powered by Premier Data. And if you missed the first episode, you want to check that out just by the way. So check the socials and you'll be able to go back and find out exactly what we are about. But pretty much you already know. And today we get a chance to celebrate that with someone who's been to the top of the mountain. A one-on-one with a player who's played 33 games for the Saints, but has gone back in the local level in the last 10 years or so, dominated just by the way, but plays for the right reasons, plays in the spirit of local community football. And we're going to find out plenty more about Ahmed Saad right now. Well, let's find out. Let's chat to someone who knows plenty about local footy, knows plenty about the big time as well. Ahmed Saad, you will remember from his days at St Kilda in the AFL, but I'll tell you what, in the last decade, he has been one of the best local players in metropolitan football in Victoria. All comers. Doesn't matter who you are, what position you play. Ahmed Saad is one of those. He's done it all. And he joins us today on The Local. Ahmed, welcome, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for that pump up as well.
Mate, you're still going strong.
Yeah, 36 and still enjoying playing. I still enjoy competing and I think I'll go as long as I can until I start getting beaten and body kind of shuts down. So at the moment, I still feel pretty good.
So you got your taste at the big time. You obviously had to work really hard to get that opportunity through the VFL, through the Northern Bull Ants back in the old days. Did you always think that when it ended, whenever that was going to be, that you'd go back and play local footy?
I've always loved playing footy. I've always loved playing sports. So I would always probably give it up when, I can't play anymore. And because my career got cut short and I didn't get a long career, so probably that's why I went straight back into went to the VFL, tried to make it again, didn't work out. And then that's when I thought, there's no point trying and go play local footy and play with my friends and enjoy it. But yeah, if I did have a longer career, I don't know how I would have felt, but I still think I would have played with some friends and because I still enjoy it. But I think the hunger definitely came from not having a long career at AFL level, and I still had plenty of footy to give when I finished up.
You're such a dynamic player. Like I reckon as soon as the day you get told that it's not going to continue in the AFL, I reckon your phone would have blown up because you were the sort of guy that every local footy team needs. Really enigmatic, really powerful, really athletic, and hits the scoreboard, mate. You must have had you had to put someone on to take all the calls.
Yeah, I had to put a PA on for that year. I didn't. But no, it was good. I had a few phone calls and my phone, was pretty busy, but my priority was to go to a good club with good culture and mainly to play for my friends and have fun. Like, that was my main thing. I definitely didn't go to the highest bidder, and I can confirm that. But like I said, it's more where I knew I was going to enjoy myself and it was going to be a good family club and somewhere my kids can come watch me. And West Preston was that for me at the time.
Yeah, so who got you there? Who talked me through that process of ending up at West Preston, the Roosters in the Northern Footy Netball League?
So initially it was Robbie Marinara was about to get the coaching job at the club. But I also worked with Ali Fahul at the AFL, and he was one of my good mates, and he was playing at the club as well. So there was a few kind of connections there, and Robbie caught up with me, and he goes, "Look, I want to take the job. I'd love you to be there." And I got along with him really well at our Bull Ants days. And then Ali then started dragging Paddy Carnesis. He was there already. Andrew Walker was going to play that year, and I knew him from when I was at the Bull Ants. Matty Stokes worked with us at the AFL, and we also got him down. So there's a few of us going together. Plus, I already knew some guys there from when I played at Coburg. Half of the boys that I played at Coburg were literally either at West Preston or at Pascoval. So I ended up at West Preston and played for a lot of mates that I already knew, and with a coach that I got along really well with, and thought that we can try build something together.
Right, so that's a good team you walked into. That's a nice little place to come along and play. You're going to win a lot of games with that squad.
Well, initially that first year we thought, mate, this list is stacked. You got Andrew Walker, Matty Stokes, and then, Paddy and I didn't play as many games as those two, but still ex-AFL players, and they had a really strong list already. But, that year we actually got knocked out in the elimination final to Greensborough, I remember. And then the 2 years after that, Matty Stokes and Andrew Walker left that season. Walks and Stokes, both went and played at home, whether it was Geelong or Echuca.
Yep.
And then I stayed. And then, we ended up going back to back, and we were pretty strong for the few years after that.
Was that, which year was the one you beat Greensboro, who hadn't been beaten all year?
I reckon it was the year after.
2019.
No, I can't remember. Well, McLeod, yeah. I think because we beat McLeod. We beat, I think, in Greensboro after that.
Yeah.
And that was the year we actually came back from last, ended up winning the last 12 out of 14 games. It was 0-7 in our back-to-back year,
wow,
which was pretty cool.
Well, that's amazing. My brother was coaching Greensboro that year, so that's why I bring it up. And he was pretty flat with the whole circus that was going on. So
I would have been pretty flat too.
So tell me about the experience at West Preston. So you went from St Kilda, then played a year at Coburg in the VFL, and then back to local footy. So you dropped a level every year for a couple of years. What did you expect to get back at local level after being at the top two levels?
I kind of knew what I expected because I did play a bit of local footy before I got drafted. I was a mature age, so I played a lot of senior footy at Roxburgh Park. So I kind of knew what local footy is about. And but I remember my first year. I hated it. I was getting smacked every game. I was trying to defend myself, then I'd get red carded. I was like, this is getting too frustrating. Because I was only there to enjoy myself. I'm not coming to drop down levels just to start fights and all that kind of stuff. And I understand it's part of the game and trying to get in my head and stuff, which is fine. But it was just annoying when I was getting sent off and I was just trying to, protect myself it was always the retaliator that would get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I actually, I loved it. I love local footy. I love what it brings to community, how it brings people together. That best mates can play together no matter what level you're at. Even if they're playing twos, they can still be a part of it. Get to train together and enjoy it. Less commitment, obviously, than the higher levels. So for me, that was a priority of mine, just to enjoy myself. Less commitment in the training. VFL 3-4 times a week, and especially VFL started travelling at that time as well. The year after that, I think it was, they started introducing to state teams, and for me, it was just a no-brainer to go back, play local footy, enjoy myself, and have a bit of fun, and obviously everyone else does it too, and make a little bit of money on the side as well.
So did you enjoy, are you naturally a bit more relaxed and the lifestyle of the local player sort of fits you a bit better than the full-on, all-consuming world of AFL?
Yeah, to be honest, I'd still train. Even till now, I train probably 4 or 5 times a week outside of the 1 or 2 sessions I do at the club as well. So I naturally like to train and like to stay pretty fit and healthy. So for me, training's always been part of my life, and keeping myself pretty fit has always been pretty something I've been used to. So the demands of AFL footy didn't concern me, and even VFL, but at that time my priorities probably changed, where I'm not going to make the AFL anymore, so why play VFL? That was my kind of thought.
Yep.
I'd rather give someone else an opportunity, and I'd just go enjoy myself playing local footy. I had a family, obviously work full time, so my priorities kind of changed from trying to be an elite athlete to play footy, have fun, enjoy yourself, and then focus on other priorities in life.
So tell me about that 2018, speaking about enjoying it, 2018 semi-final when you kicked 10 for the Roosters.
That was an enjoyable day. That was an enjoyable day for sure. I started off pretty well, and then finished off that last quarter. I think it was a draw at 3/4 time, and I just came out and just went bang. So which was pretty cool to kick 10 in a semi-final, and to do it on in a final, which was awesome, and to do it against Bundoora, which was a team that had a few friends playing. On Danny Union was there at the time, who was one of my good mates, and was good to beat them and obviously kick a bag, which is nice.
Well, you had a patch 2017 to 2019. You kicked 231 goals. It's nearly 80 goals a year for 3 years running in the Northern Footy League. It's a little.
And I missed a few games as well.
Oh, did you?
Where there was suspension or injury, so I didn't get full seasons, unfortunately. I think there was 1 year I wanted to kick 100. I missed out. I think I kicked 92, including finals. And like I said, I've never had a full season because of injuries, or maybe I got suspended. But like I said, that's one thing I love doing, is kicking goals and helping my team win. And I guess that's what I bring to the team that I play for.
I love how you just mentioned maybe I got suspended. I reckon you got suspended a few times.
Yeah. There was a red card here or there. Yeah, it was a red card here or there, and I was trying to protect myself or doing something like that.
Yeah, you've had a big couple of years there, 2017 to 19, 73 and 76 in 2019 as well. 2021 even, you had 20, you've kicked 54. So you've had some big performances for...
Yeah, that was the COVID year.
Oh,
was
it?
The COVID year, that 54 one. Yeah, I think it was only 12 games because it got stopped. That was the year, actually, we were going to go back. That was going to be our three-peat year. We finished it. We were on top, and I think it was 12 games in. We were on fire, and then COVID stopped us, and we missed out.
So tell me about that. Let's talk about that because sometimes you forget about it. Thankfully, because it was a horrible time for all of us, the whole
that's right
thing. But tell me about playing local footy with all the restrictions that were in place. How challenging was that?
Yeah, no, it was obviously a little bit demanding at the start and challenging for local footy, and then that's why I think it got cut off halfway through the year. They just called it. Then the year after, there was uncertainty about certain leagues not playing, and then that's why everyone missed a full year.
Yep.
After that, which I think there was Northern Footy League called it early. EDFL tried to keep it going, and I was actually going to go and play for that year in an EDFL club and then come back to West, but just because I wanted to keep playing. But unfortunately, all the leagues kind of called it, and there was no more footy for that year.
So good to be chatting to Ahmed Saad, local footy legend in the Melbourne metropolitan region with the West Preston Roosters. And then you spent a couple of years at Pascoe Vale. You're at Newport now in the Western Region Footy League, which we'll talk about shortly. But you jumped across to the Eastern District Footy League after being in the Northern Footy Netball League. Did you see any difference in the leagues?
Yeah, it was different. I felt the EDFL was less contested than the Northern Footy League. But otherwise, it was still very much similar. The EDFL was pretty strong, and so was obviously Northern Footy League. The top teams are really good. Like, I'd love to see, a Strathmore or a Keilor in their full squad against like a, Heidelberg at full squad. I'd love to see that game. But they're definitely some really good teams. But I went to Pascoe Vale. I had a lot of the guys that I coach and mentor at the Bashley Foundation at Pascoe Vale, and a lot of the boys that I knew when I was at Coburg, the other half were actually at Pascoe Vale as well. And it's a really diverse club. It's a multicultural club. So, and it was like 5 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, perfect.
So again, I wanted to go somewhere. Yeah, that was close. I wanted to come back to the EDFL. That's where I kind of started. So I thought maybe I'll finish off at the EDFL.
Yep.
And then it was close to home. And as I said, I probably knew 3/4 of the list, which was important to me again, to play with mates and enjoy myself. And then that's pretty much how I ended up at Paco. It was the first time the club had made its grand final in Premier Division in my first year, which was awesome. But we missed out we lost to Keilor, and then the year after, it was a bit of interrupted year for the whole club. Coach got kind of finished up midway through the year. New coach came in. Players left from that year, so it was a bit of an interrupted year last year. And then, just decided that there's a few boys leaving the club, and I decided I wanted to change up. I didn't really enjoy it towards the end. And then I thought I'd head to Newport, who were trying to get me for a while. Basher, like I said, was there. And he's obviously a really good friend of mine, and thought it'd be pretty cool to play together. And then, that's how I ended up at Newport, and absolutely loving it. The boys are there, great. Again, I know I've got a lot of friends there, and a lot of our guys that we coach and mentor at the academy are there as well. So it fit in with all the stuff that I want that the club's got, and at the moment, loving it.
Now you don't have to go too deep into this, but tell me how much pressure Basher put on you. You're working at the foundation, of course. So did he say the job's on the line if you don't come eventually?
Nah, he didn't. He knew he would just twist my arm when I wasn't towards the end of the year last year. He knew he had me, I reckon. So we love training. Like, even when we go away together on our academies and our programs, we train together. When we go overseas, we train together. So we just thought it'd be cool to play together. And he decided that he was going to put the boots on last year, I had already signed my second year at Paco, so I wasn't going to leave. And then he towards the end of the year, he's like, why don't we just play together for a year? His body hopefully holds up this season and can play a few more games, and hopefully I can help him and the team, and be good to play together.
Yeah, I'm sure the footy club would love to have you two up and firing. Don't worry about that, let alone the whole competition. Hey, I'm interested in, clearly talent plays a big part, right, to be a great local football player. I mean, you're a great, fantastic AFL player as well. So there's no issues there. But so talent plays a part. But I'm just wondering what you get out of and what drives you to continue on playing at local level, when you could quite easily just put the cue in the rack, put the slippers on a Saturday night, and don't have to worry about being sore and sorry the next day. Why do you keep doing it? What's in it for you?
I genuinely just love competing. I'm a very competitive person. I hate losing, and that's what drives me, and that's what drove my whole career, is just how competitive I am and want to get the best out of myself. So at the moment, I feel like if I stop now, I'm kind of letting myself down, because I can still play, I can still physically fit, I still feel good, I can still coach and mentor and help while I'm there and give back. So I feel like it would be selfish of me, and I wouldn't be happy with myself if I just stopped when I'm feeling good. I think the only time I'll stop is when I'm not enjoying it anymore, which I can't see that happening, because I love playing sport in general.
Yep.
And I love competing. But I think once my body starts giving up and not kicking any more goals, I'm getting beaten and I'm actually letting the team down, that's when I'll call it a day. But I won't let it get to that stage. I'll know when it's time. And I'll know when to call it. But at the moment, like I said, I still feel pretty good and fit, and feel like I can give back a fair bit on and off the field to the club that I play for. And I don't see myself leaving anymore. I think Newport will be my last destination.
Yep.
Each club had a purpose, and I feel like this is kind of where I'll probably finish up, especially for my age now. And but yeah, we'll see how we go.
So you've talked a bit about helping the kids and bringing them through, and then obviously mentoring through the Bashir Hooley Foundation. Can you see yourself coaching when the playing days are at the end?
I don't know, because I've got two boys that I want to be around their sport, and I want to make sure that I'm present with them. And I did a little bit of coaching last year for my son's under-8s team at Strathmore.
Nice.
And, I enjoyed that. But I think my priority will be them. So when I finish up, it'll be just to be around them and around their sport and supporting them, whether it's coaching them or whether it's purely on the sideline and supporting them. But I want to make sure I'm there for them when I finish up, rather than spend another 3 nights, coaching again. And to be quite honest, coaching at local level, obviously VFL, AFL, but coaching local level demands a lot of commitment, and I respect that. And I just don't think I'd be able to give it the time it deserves, because I've got other priorities. So I've got, I credit a lot of coaches, the amount of work they have to put in at local level. It's not just rock up on a Tuesday, Thursday and just coach on a Saturday. There's a lot behind the scenes. There's a club you got to look after as well. So, I know how much time it will demand. And for me, I'd rather just give that to my family and to my kids.
Yeah, sounds like a nice plan to me. Hey, we're in the local here. We're talking about local footy, and there's lots of people around the country that compete at this level. Doesn't matter what standard, just at local footy level, which is awesome. It's a great community thing, as you and I well know. But tell me about the best players you've played with, the best local players. If you were going to pick 3 players for the best local footy team that you could put together, who would they be through your time in footy?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a very, very tough one. That I've played with, like in my team, or played against?
Yeah, play with. Give them a pump up. Give them some love, the blokes you played with.
I'm not going to go. I won't go AFL players.
No. Just local players. Just local players. They're boring, the AFL
players. Local players, I'll probably go from West Preston, I'd go Alex Federico.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best players I've played with. I think he's an absolute jet. Oh, man, you put me on the spot here. I'm trying to think of Paco boys. I'd say Matty Stillman was our captain. He was the heart and soul of the team. He's someone I'd love to have on my team. He'd be one of the first people I put in the squad.
There you go.
Maybe not the most talented, but mate, he's an absolute gun on and off the field, and what he brings is outstanding. So I'd say those 2. Third one would be.
Have to be someone sticking out. You've played premierships. Surely there's someone who's
sticking out. Trying to think of the premiership boys.
Surely.
There's a few. There's Aiden Tilley. There's Sam Glover. Matty Harmon. There's a few of those boys that are really good at West Preston days. They were outstanding local footballers that might have played a little bit of VFL, but I'd say there are a few. Even Danny Union was a star as well. As I said, these guys are just people that bring energy on and off the field, and great people to be around. And they're the guys I look forward to playing with every week.
Yeah, that's a good answer. And a bit of a shout out to those blokes, a bit of a pump up from Ahmed Saad for you here on The Local. And just last one before I let you go, what makes a local footy club special?
Oh, it's definitely the people around the club, the volunteers, the community. I think that's what makes it really great. Not necessarily the players. I think it's the people around the players. I think it's the players' job to make those people feel welcome and obviously put a good show on the weekend, but also support them off the field. And it's the volunteers and the people behind the scenes. They're the ones that make a great club. And I'm lucky enough that the clubs that I've been at have had outstanding people off the field, which made it so much better on the field for us players.
A big shout out to all those people out there in local footy land that are making it happen behind the scenes, so that players like Ahmed Saad go out there and dominate on the weekends. Mate, great to chat. Really appreciate you giving us an insight into your life after the AFL, and looking forward to seeing how you go with Newport this year. Good luck.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Ahmed Saad with us on The Local.